What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zbcn today, Zbcn USD. It is the 17th day of November, and here we are sitting at about $0.00296. We got about 9 hours left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. All right, here we are. Just first and foremost, finding support consistently where we found resistance before. Right? After a long accumulative phase, we had a nice move up, and now we're finding support where we once found resistance before. I think things are looking good. We will continue moving higher. That is the expectation, okay? I want to look at the short-term stuff. We'll talk more about the higher stuff to come. But I want to look at the short-term stuff because it is possible that we do see slightly lower prices before we make this trek higher. We could see slightly lower prices, and I want to be aware of that before we get too optimistic here, right? And I think we have every reason in the world, regardless of how low we go now, we have every reason in the world to be optimistic for fantastically higher new prices, right? New all-time high prices. But at the moment, again, we're still kind of in this danger zone where we could go a little bit lower from here. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, zooming in here, and I actually want to use Bybit. I always do this, man. Bybit, yeah. So we moved down here, had what looked to be some serious momentum to the downside, like you were going to break out, and you had no volume to back it up. Now you're getting a bullish engulfing candle at the low. It's kind of like a double bottom. I think you're going to find support here and move up. That's my expectation just looking at the price. Let's look at the indicators. The RSI is in an uptrend. We do have higher lows and higher highs. That's nice to see. Finding support at the 40, not a bad area to go. Go to the overbought zone. That's not bad. That looks pretty good. Bullish engulfing candle. We love to see it. Stochastics bouncing off the zero here. That's nice to see as well. Should be moving up with that. Bouncing off the zero, crossing. We just need the orange line to move up, and I think after this hour closes, which we have 7 minutes left, I would assume that we do get both of these oscillators to point up. That's good. Bouncing off the 40, and then the MACD is looking like it wants to cross above the zero with that. We'll probably cross above the zero, and that's gonna be pretty good, you guys. If and when that happens, that's the expectation. For the 4 hour time frame here. Looking at the RSI, rejecting the 40 is not good. We still have an hour left in this 4 hour time frame. I'm thinking that by the end of this 4 hour, guys, we're going to close it green. So we came all the way down. We're going to leave a big wick behind us. We might even close it green. I think this rejection's not even going to reject. I think we're going to move up here. Looking at the lower lows and then the higher lows in the MACD here, higher lows in the stochastics. We don't have higher lows in the RSI, but bullish divergence on 2 out of 3 of these on the 4 hour time frame makes me pretty damn confident that that we are at a low point here, that we're probably not going lower. I want to look at this from a low to a high. Oh, let's see. Change this up real quick. Hold on. There we go. Things should be good. We went below our 786. You know, typically, I think I even set it for this thing back here on like these days, that typically you'd expect to bounce either at the 786 or the 886. It's less common to just bounce right in the middle, but that looks exactly like what you're doing here. And maybe that's because of the daily closing lows here, the wicks. I don't know what it is, but you're probably finding support here, and I do think that you're going to move up higher. All these indicators would agree. Oh, and look at that. You're starting to cross green. Look at that. You're just starting to exact your bullish revenge here. I think today, going into the rest of the day, and probably even going into this week, it's going to be pretty good. Daily time frame, bouncing off the oversold zone with the stochastics if we hold support here. The MACD does show bullish divergence. We've got that going for us on the oscillators and on the histogram. I wouldn't say we have bullish divergence on the RSI. I mean, yes, we have a higher low, and yes, that's a higher low there, that's a lower low there, yes and yes, but I don't know. Still, the RSI looks somewhat bullishly postured here. Finding support in an area that you found support before, you found support before, you found support before, you found support before. Doesn't mean that we have to get to the overbought zone, but maybe we get up there. And when we do get overbought, that should represent, I would think, just looking at this here roughly, I don't have the formula drawn out in front of me, but I would assume getting into the overbought zone, we'd probably be breaking above 0041, 0042, something like that, when we get overbought, which that's pretty good. You want to get back above 004. Let's see. Right here, right? Because that's kind of the heart of this overall consolidation phase, where you found support, resistance, support, resistance here. We want to get back above 2041. We really do want to get back above there. So anything around there is definitely accepted. Plus, if we're looking at this as an overall range, it's almost as if you're in this kind of lower range here of consolidation. Once you get above that, you can start thinking about breaking out overall to the upside. Looking at the weekly time frame now, because I don't see anything else here to talk about on the daily. Maybe we'll pull up the ribbons. Weekly MACD, man, it's just crazy bearish. I mean, it's with the momentum. I suppose overall you are bullish. The oscillators are still above the zero. You're actually right at a good area to bounce. And even if this week closes green, these oscillators still likely come down. So you'll probably get a bounce, unless it's like a very, very extremely green week this week. You'll probably get a bounce right off the zero on the weekly MACD, which is nice. Stochastics are shaping up, looking like they want to cross and come back out of the oversold zone. That's nice as well. And then the RSI bouncing off the 40 somewhere around here. I mean, that's good. You know, it's not bad. Bounced off the 40 here, and that's the reaction we had. Bounced off it a little bit higher here, and we had a very positive reaction. This is a friendly zone to bounce from. All of your indicators have reset, okay? This doesn't mean that this week's going to be explosive. We're going to see a 100% growth this week, no, but I think over the coming weeks, and really specifically what this says for December, is that the next, probably like the next few weeks going into the end of the year, the next 6 weeks should be exciting. And I do think relative to this consolidation phase here, we're definitely seeing the end of it. The volume is decreasing. We're at low levels here. I wouldn't be surprised at all if there was some exchange acquisition that took place throughout this whole time. And then what's going to happen next is we're going to get a big pump and a big exchange like Coinbase or Binance will list you up here. Are you even listed on one of those exchanges? Let's see. Nope. Not listed on either of those. One of those big exchanges will list you, and that'll probably mark the next high. Although the way that I have it drawn here would be 1.6 cents. I don't think we're going to 1.6. I think we're going higher than that. I have a theory, and we'll see if it's true, if it's provided to be true, but I have a theory that we're in the middle of a 5-wave count in which this wave here will actually be one of the smallest waves, if not the smallest wave, as far as growth phases go. The next wave should take us to higher prices or more growth than what we saw here, in which case I would expect that we do see prices above 3 cents. From a high here to a low there, 3 cents lines up very well with our 2272. And the 2618 is at about 4.3 cents. Is that right? Do I have it drawn on right? High to low here? I think so. Okay, that's the actual high. 4.4 cents. And then potentially we get as high as 6 cents to 7.7 cents. I could see that happening as well. This will all likely happen, maybe not by the end of the year, but by the end of January. Perhaps we're above 3 cents by the end of December, but I would think in January we will find our actual high, probably somewhere around 4.5 to 6 cents, but maybe just maybe we get to the 7.7 cent area. Maybe just maybe we stop at 3 cents, but time will tell. I have a feeling, you know, if it's like the end of December and we're only here, we probably do stop at 3 cents. If it's the end of December and we're here, well, we're probably going up here, right? So that'll help us kind of figure out what area to top off at. But for right now, it's a very broad range of about 3 cents to 7.7 cents overall. I don't really have anything else that I want to talk about. Let's look at the ribbons. We'll wrap this video up, okay? MA exponential ribbons. The weekly ribbons look good. You're actually at a direct area where you'd expect to find support if we're counting on the price to go higher, which we are. The daily time frame ribbons don't look so good, but if we can come back up here, I mean, that would be nice, right? Rejecting the ribbons and then coming back into them in a short amount of time typically does allow you to grow. We haven't really been showing too much respect on these ribbons, so it might not be that significant that we're down. It might not be that significant when we come back up either, though, to be fair. 3-day ribbon is about to cross, in which case we need to see a little bit of life within the next, maybe not within the next 9 hours, but within the next 3 days. It'd be nice if we could get the price back above 0037. So that's just a goal to keep in mind, but that's not really that crucial. The 3-day ribbon I found is not really that helpful, to be completely fair, for the most part. So, but we are about to get across. If you want to avoid that, just get above 0037, 0038 over the next 3 days and 9 hours, and you should be good. I've got nothing else to talk about. I'm just rambling at this point. Still holding out for those prices above 3 cents, potentially as high as 6 to 8 cents. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves, take care of your kids, take care of your pets, take care of your plants. They need water, but really take care of yourself, because you can't take care of any of them if you can't take care of yourself. And the way that you do that is good food and good sleep. If you're not getting good sleep, go to bed earlier. It's that simple. Just go to bed earlier. Don't be up on your phone for an extra hour. Just go to bed earlier. Do it. Just do it. One day you'll feel so good. If you're not getting good food, stop eating junk food, I guess. I don't know. drink water. Water helps. Even if you're eating bad, drinking water can help. That was my 3-year-old, and it sounds like she knocked over a bunch of cans. Speaking of food, I've got some stuff to go check on, so I'll see you later. Hit the like button, subscribe. Bye-bye.